Good morning. So let us start with the demo. Myself, I'm Sudhams, having an experience of 12 plus in this IT industry, and these are the certificates which I hold right now. So further, when you join this course or after this particular course and all, if you need any help on this certification, at any point of time, you can contact me. Okay. So this is my simple introduction of what I am. So let's talk about the course agenda. Okay, so I know that everybody is joining this particular course to learn or to be a AWS DevSecOps engineer. So you might have done some research, right? What is DevSecOps? How our job will be? If I learn this particular course, will that be suitable for me or not? You might have done some R&D, I guess. If you're not done, let us try to understand from scratch. You might be coming from different background. Let's say you are coming from IT background or non-IT background and all, it doesn't matter, because this course what I will be teaching will be from scratch, which means that you will be starting from Linux operating system, how to install it, how to use it, how to handle it. Okay, the Linux fundamental commands, package management, user management. I'll be discussing all these things. Okay, and then only we will enter into the next level. As you're seeing on the screen, first we need to learn about operating system. Whether you might be working as an operations team or a development team or a testing team or any other team from different department. Let's say platform engineer, software engineer, okay, cloud architect or a cloud engineer, whatever it is. We need to learn at least one operating system. Okay, because we need to know how to handle it. What is its behavior? Sometimes though you're writing a program, that program has to be executed on the specific operating system. So you need to know a few basics. I'm not saying you that you have to learn the complete administrative part, like kernel patching, all these things. It's not necessary. Okay, but at least you need to know what is operating system, how it works, how to handle it. Okay, that is the only thing what you need to concentrate with this particular training program. And I'll be teaching the same as well. In Linux operating system, we have many versions like Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora, Ubuntu, Debian, Linux Mint, OpenSUSE. There are many operating system flavors. Out of them, I will be using Ubuntu operating system. There are two reasons for it. One, it is an open source. Open source in the sense what everybody can download and they can use it. You no need to purchase any license key for it. First advantage. Second advantage is nothing but most of the companies are using this operating system as part of open source. They might be working on cloud, they might be working on on-premises, whatever the platform it is. Definitely they will be using Ubuntu operating system. It's not because it is open source. Okay, because it has a well developed community where they will manage all the bugs, features from the particular community. That community is called as Canonical. So forget about what community it is. So Canonical team will take care of this operating system, and that too, this particular operating system, if I use it in my organization, I no need to worry about upgrading the operating system until 10 years, because that community will provide me a support. Stable support is for 5 years, extended support is nothing but another 5 years. On total 10 years support. So until 10 years, I don't need to worry about all the features, bugs and all. They will take care of it. Okay. So that is a major advantages why we are preferring Ubuntu operating system. If you learn any one of the Linux operating system, you can handle any other operating system. 95% everything will be the same. Only few things will get changed. Okay. But the basic architecture will be the same in Linux operating system. So why we are choosing Linux operating system? Why not we learning Windows operating system? That we will discuss in the actual sessions, not now today. Okay. After learning this operating system, we need to have some basic understanding on shell scripting as well. If you are working on Windows operating system, you need to learn PowerShell to automate the process. What are the tasks that you are trying to perform on the operating system? We have to use some script to automate the process. So if you are using Linux operating system, we have to use shell scripting. If you are using Windows operating system, we have to go for PowerShell. So this is the prerequisite. Before you enter into DevOps or DevSecOps engineer, you take any cloud it is. This is your prerequisite. Okay. So do remember, first we will be starting with Linux operating system. If you are familiar with that operating system, you don't need to bother about it. You can skip that particular topic. Okay. Or if you want to recap again, I might be teaching some new topics as well, right? Or new things that you don't know before. So that's the reason I would say listen to the topic. Though it is boring for you, if you already have some experience on this operating system, listen to it. Because in our batch, if you one person doesn't know about operating system, I need to teach from there. Okay, that's the reason this course is all about from scratch. Okay, so after completing this particular prerequisites, the next topics what I will be teaching is AWS services. So these are the list of services what I displayed right now that I'm going to cover as part of this particular training program. In AWS, see AWS is full form is nothing but Amazon Web Services. Don't call it as Amazon. It is a cloud service provider. So what are the cloud service providers we have in the market right now, leading in the market? AWS, Azure, GCP. And then we have DigitalOcean as well. So these are the well-known or most widely used by organizations to run their applications. Okay, for their organization, what are the applications they want to run? They might be using this any one of these clouds. We are learning AWS. That's all, as simple as that. So keep it as simple as possible before you don't know anything about this particular topics what I'm discussing. But these are the list of services what I'm going to teach in this particular training program. We are covering authentication, authorization, we are covering compute, we are covering networking, we are covering storage, we are covering load balancing, auto scaling group, and Kubernetes, Docker and Kubernetes services, Lambda service serverless architecture, DNS, Route 53, CloudFront for content delivery network, and certificate manager to purchase the certificates for your domains, backup. Okay, and then we have transfer family, CloudTrail for auditing, CloudWatch for monitoring, secrets manager to store your sensitive information, system manager, Cloud Shell, code commit like Git, RDS, relational database service, cache server, and then Prometheus. So these are the list of services that are important for us to be as part of this AWS administrator, or you can say DevSecOps engineer. First, we need to learn all the services. In the services only, I will teach security as well. Security, there are 4 levels. To keep it simple, security, we have to implement security in 4 levels. One is network level, one is infrastructure level, one is platform level, and one is application level. So these are the 4 levels that we have as part of security. All these 4 levels except application side, I'll be teaching all the 3 levels: platform level, infrastructure level, and then network level. These 3 security parts I'll be teaching as part of DevSecOps. Okay, and few security services are available on the AWS service as well. For example, we have VPC. Under VPC, we have many of other topics which have to discuss, like peering connection, security group, VPN, transit gateway, network ACLs. All this comes under security. And there are some solutions. See, as a DevOps engineer or DevSecOps engineer, I need to provide a solution to my client. See, client is a person who wants his particular application to be up and running. Now you as a DevSecOps engineer, you need to create a solution for him. Keep it as simple as that. Okay. So as a cloud, let's say platform engineer, I need to provide a solution to him. Okay, to run his workloads. Workloads in the sense applications. Could be anything. So these are the list of services which I am going to teach as part of this particular training program. Okay, you can take a screenshot, or I will share this particular PPTs as well. Later, if you want to show it to your relatives who are working in software engineer, you can show them that these particular people are teaching these particular topics. Is that the right topics or not? Will that be helpful for my career or not? So take a second opinion as well. Okay, so that you'll get some clarity on the topics or the course what you are learning. Because you are spending for 3 months in this training program. So I'll be teaching this particular all topics which I'm going to show you right now for 2.5 to 3 months, except Saturdays and Sundays. So you have to spend more time. I'll give you a task in each and every topic. Whenever I complete the topic, right, I'll give you one task. You have to do it. It is up to you whether you complete or not. But I will help you out when you have some blockers. If you are stuck somewhere, I'll be helping you out by giving you some hints or some solutions. But at least you have to give a try. Okay. So this is not a school or something, right, to push you from backside. So you have to take a responsibility in learning the topics. Okay. So every topic what I've listed here in AWS as part of administration, I'll be giving you one particular task in each and every service, what I'm going to discuss. Now, after completing this AWS services, what is my next thing that I have to learn? The next important topic for everyone is Docker and Kubernetes. You might have learned or you might have heard somewhere, Docker and Kubernetes is the current technology which everybody have to learn to survive in the IT industry. Whether you are working as a site reliability engineer, or you might be working as a developer, or you might be working as a DevOps engineer, or you might be working as a DevSecOps engineer. Whatever your role is, we need to have some experience on containerization technology. Under the containerization technology, I'll be teaching Docker tool and Kubernetes tool. That's the reason I've written the heading there, Docker engine and Kubernetes orchestration. Under that, these are the topics which I'm going to discuss. If I talk about them in detail, you will not understand. That's the reason I'm highlighting you the major topic, what I'm discussing in this training program. And you can see the content, right? So that's the reason it will take for me to do 2.5 to 3 months to complete this particular topics, what I'm displaying right now. Okay, remember, for your career, this topic is so important. I'm not saying you that the previous topics you have to ignore. No, those are fundamentals. Okay, and this is your career. Okay, so concentrate more on this particular topics so that you can survive in the IT industry. For example, today the company has recruited you and they have a project called on Docker and Kubernetes. If you don't know that particular topic, you're on the bench, right? So there is a risk factor. That's the reason I'm telling you that you have to learn this particular topics, which is so important. Okay. Now, after completing this, what is our next thing that we have to learn? Now we need to enter into DevOps. So we learned Linux, the basics, AWS services, and Docker and Kubernetes functionalities. After learning all these particular topics, now we need to enter into DevOps. Okay, I might see what are the sequence I'm showing you here right now. I may not be following the same. According to you, how you people are understanding the topics, according to that, I will change the priorities. Okay, first I'll be teaching Linux. I might be teaching shell scripting at the last. If you people don't understand, based on the response what I'm getting in the classroom, for the questions what I asked, I will decide what should be the flow. Okay, the topic by topic. So don't ask me like what topic you will teach first, what topic you will teach next and all. That sequence I will change according to your people. Okay, but let us talk about DevOps. So DevOps is all about collaborating your developers and operations team by using a common tools. So DevOps is not a tool, or DevSecOps is not a tool. DevOps is a culture. DevSecOps is also a culture. What is meant by culture? Means we need to follow certain rules and regulations to collaborate your development team and operations team together so that both of them will use the same platform to develop the code or to execute the code so that there will be no gap between them. And we are automating everything. We are not using any manual steps, right? Let's say when I heard DevOps for the first time is 2013. Okay, until then what we used to do, we used to write some script or we used to write some program and we used to do some automation. But still, we need to run that program manually, right? But now once DevOps came into picture earlier, now we are talking about DevSecOps. It's not a new thing. For the DevOps, it is an extension of security. That's a simple thing to understand or to remember. Okay. So now, what are the tools we are learning in DevOps? We will try to automate everything. Nothing should be done manually. That is the ultimate goal for us. Okay. So what tools we will be learning as part of DevOps? Jenkins for CI/CD, Ansible for configuration management, Prometheus and Grafana for Kubernetes monitoring, Terraform is for infrastructure automation, version control system like Git to store the code, and SonarQube is for static code analysis. Okay, all these particular tools we will be learning as part of DevSecOps or DevOps, we can say. I don't call it as DevSecOps. I would say DevOps tools. In that only we will do security as well. Okay, I'll be adding security testing as well as part of it. Okay, so any questions until here? So that I'll continue next if you don't have any questions. Okay, finally you can ask the questions. Okay,
Hello.
yeah, Bhavish.
Still OS and Trevi is not including in this.
OS and
Trevi,
so come again, spell out.
Trevi,
Trivy.
security
See,
tool.
Trivy is a vulnerability scanning tool. Though I'm not listed here,
Yeah,
it is as part of security. You can see here.
yeah, yeah.
Trivy, Kubebench, Kubelinter, Docker security. These comes under platform testing. We are using Docker and Kubernetes platforms, right? Okay, I told you there are 4 levels of testing security. Network level
Okay,
security I'll be teaching as part of AWS VPC. So that will be covered. Second level of testing is nothing but infrastructure level testing. For that, we will be using SonarQube in Terraform. So that is done.
okay.
And then as part of platform, we'll be using Docker and Kubernetes to run your workloads, nothing but application. So I need to test that particular platform, right? How will you prove your customer that your platform is secured? For example, I'm planning to, I'll take a silly example. So for example, we are using network at our home, right? Act Fiber, Geo, Airtel, and all. When you are purchasing that particular internet service provider at your home, what you will see? What is your criteria? When you want to set up network at your home, how will you choose? There are many providers, right? There are many internet service
Yes,
providers, Act Fiber, Geo, Airtel, broadband. There are local broadbands and all.
local
Yeah,
ISP. Yes.
what is your criteria when you're choosing them?
First of all, bandwidth.
Okay. Bandwidth everybody is providing, right?
Afterwards,
According to the plan.
yeah. Afterwards, the network security, like any bugs or virus, is not detected.
But how will you come to know that I'm not a technical person, right? Let us say if I say tell same thing to my mother, she will not understand, right? She knows only how to
Yeah.
enable Wi-Fi and how to disable the Wi-Fi. That's all.
Right. Hmm.
So the main thing is maintenance. What I will say,
Yeah.
stability, right? Or
Service.
reliability, we call it
Hmm.
as. So if I use their network, what about the support? I will see the reliability and support. Will I get a proper support or not? When you will get a proper support, when they have many people around you, right? And it all depends upon them as well. If they are not providing any proper support for me, I will disconnect from them. I will look for another service provider. So maintenance, reliability, and then support. These are the important criteria for me to get as internet connection at my home by contacting the service provider. So similar to
Hmm.
that, how will you prove that I'm running the client applications on my Kubernetes cluster, which I've created. But how will you prove that your customer, the applications what I'm running on this platform are secure? I need to have a confidence, right? So how will you provide that confidence? By using these kind of tools. I'll show them that these particular tools are not providing any bugs or any vulnerabilities. Okay. So I will show them by generating a report. So to find out the security loopholes on your platform, we are using these particular tools as part of security. Is your question answered, Bhavish?
Yes. Any other tools?
That's all. These are the only tools what we are discussing. So I covered 3 of them, right? Except application. Application level security we are not discussing here. We
Okay.
are talking about network level security and we'll automate them. And we will be talking about platform level security. We will automate them by using DevOps tools. And what is the next one? Infrastructure level security, and that also will automate them. See, we have to learn the tools and services we have to automate by using DevOps. That's the only thing what we have to do as part of DevSecOps engineer. Yeah, NK, you raised your hand. Are you asking something?
Hey,
I
yes,
see
Sudhir,
that.
we are here. Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
So, for the CI/CD part, along with Jenkins, is it possible to cover GitLab as well, if possible?
See, GitLab, yeah, GitLab will be covered, but that is as part of real-time project. After this, I just want to show you what is our real-time project, right? So that you can add that real-time project in your resume, because that is our internal visual path application. I'll show you. Since you asked that question, I need to show you
Okay.
one application. See, ktengineers.com is an application developed and managed by Visual Path. You can see at the bottom, you will see powered by Visual Path. Okay, so this is our application especially designed for Docker and Kubernetes. Now this application, I will show you how to deploy it from end to end. Now after getting an experience on this particular deployment, you can add this in your resume for 2 years or 3 years experience on this project. Okay, at that time I'll be covering GitLab actions you're talking about.
Okay. Okay. And another question is after taking this course, can we take the Kubernetes
Certification.
administration certification?
Yes, yes. You're talking about CKA, right? So when you want to
Yeah.
plan for when you're planning for certification, please let me know. I'll provide you some hints, some what do you say, bullet points actually, and some interview questions as well. Means some particular examination questions as well. Okay, because you might have know about it, you might have done some R&D. It is like 70 questions what they will ask. At least if you clear 12 to 13 questions, you will pass the examination because 65 is the cutoff. They'll give you 2 hours. You have to complete that questions in 2 hours, within 2 hours, and everything is a practical. There is no theoretical questions. It is same like Red Hat exam, RHA.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
first, if you
Thanks.
are planning for CKA, Certified Kubernetes Administration, please let me know. But after completing this course, you can plan for it as well. Does that answer your question, NK?
Yes, Sudhir. Yeah. Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah. So,
uh,
sir, this is Prasad speaking. So, I
Hi.
have two questions. So, first one is as you have mentioned, like application security. So, what
Yes,
exactly
I
comes
told right,
when it is
application,
application?
yeah, application security is all about, let's say you will if you are from development background, I'll be writing some program. While writing a program, I will use some third-party libraries and modules, right? Is that true? Let us have a discussion. Is that true or not?
Uh, no, sir. Like I'm not from
No, no background. Okay, okay.
development
Let
background.
me tell you.
Yeah.
So when you're writing some program for developing some software or application, generally why we write a program? To develop a software for a client or to develop an application for a client. So when you are doing this particular task, you might be using some modules, or you might be using some libraries which are not developed by you, some third party. When you are using them, how can you say that that particular module or a library is not having any issues? Issues in the sense what? Bugs, vulnerabilities. Okay, these are the bugs, right? Bugs, vulnerabilities, all these are like critical things. Okay, when you use those kind of tools in your application development or software development, that will affect your product. Okay, so I need to
Okay.
find out, do I have any vulnerabilities or a bugs in my code? For that also we use static code analysis like SonarQube. Okay,
Mhm.
I'll
Okay,
be
sir.
teaching you
So,
SonarQube only for infrastructure level testing, for not application level testing. Means application level security.
okay.
Understood,
Okay, sir.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I
there
get
are two
that.
levels
Yeah.
of testing, two levels of security testing in application or a software. One is before compiling the code, after compiling the code. Does anyone know what is meant by compiling a code? Compiled code in the sense what? And what is non-compiled code? Does anyone have some idea theoretically?
Compile means building package.
Let's say I'm dumb. I don't know anything about it. But he will not understand,
Uh,
right? If you say building in the sense, what? How will you
uh,
explain him
uh,
in a simple
there,
way?
there is. There is two type of convey. One is human readable code and one is computer readable code. So we
Okay.
have to compile into computer readable code. So computer
That's it.
can understand what we coding.
So in a simple in the sense, human readable in the sense we write a file, right? That is a raw code. Now if you compile the code, what will happen? It will convert into binary. Simple thing. Binary can be understood only by your devices, right? So you have to convert your human readable code into binary. That is called as compiling. Okay. So we can do our testing, security testing before compiling the code or after compiling the code. We have both the conditions. Okay. SonarQube is used to find out the security vulnerabilities on your non-compiled code, the raw code what we write. Okay, that's the reason why it is called as static code analysis, not a dynamic code analysis. Prasad, is it answered your questions or any other
Yes, sir.
thing?
Yeah. So I have other questions, sir. Second question is so if I can I set career in Kubernetes alone? Like if I go into
Yes, you can.
Kubernetes,
Yes, you can. See, from this particular
so
training program, if you want to concentrate only on Docker and Kubernetes and security, you can go for only that particular topic whenever we come across it.
okay, and like how is the market, sir, for only Kubernetes and how are jobs in Kubernetes?
See,
Like is
market
huge.
was there, but it is not compared
Okay.
to the previous year. As you all know, there is a slight recession, not recession, I would say. Openings are not that huge right now because of the budgets. Okay, after the US elections or something, the budgets will be released. When the budget is released, only the companies can start a new development, right? Whenever there is a new development, only we will see a new functionality. For that, people will be hired and they will be doing the task. Right? As simple as that is a cycle. Okay, so because of that, only you are seeing less openings, but the openings are there, but the competition is high right now. That's the only thing what you see in this year.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, to be
Thank you.
straightforward, that is the current situation right now. Openings are there, but the competition is high.
Yeah,
So
I
you
get
have to
that, sir.
balance that. Yeah, you have to balance expectation. That is the only thing what you have to take care. So how will you balance expectation? By practicing couple of times until you understand the topic.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah. Last but not least, to continue in this DevOps course, do we need development knowledge, like developer
No, not
development
necessary.
knowledge?
I'm not going to teach any programming language here. I'll be teaching only shell scripting. I'm not going to teach any Python, Golang, TypeScript, nothing here. We are just discussing a cloud platform engineer, or you can call it as DevSecOps engineer. That's all. We are not doing any development part here. But you need to have some
Like,
basic understanding of how people will write a code and they will compile the code. I don't need to
mm,
understand the logic. Once a code was
okay.
given to me, how they will compile the code, that information I need to grab. If I know that commands, then only I can automate, right? That's how.
Yeah, yeah. That is what even I wanted to know, sir. So,
Yeah.
because when we get into the company, we will work with, like, we are going to
Development
work
team,
along with
close,
developers.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So you
how
need to
to
see.
proceed?
Our thing is we need to grab the information. Whatever is necessary for us to do the deployment or for the automation, we have to grab all the information from them, and then we have to automate it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Welcome. So next questions I will take up at the end. So sorry for that. And let us go to the next level. So I just want to show you that what is a real-time project. So I will give you some architectures. As part of this training program, I will discuss few architectures and you guys have to implement them. You can see, for example, this is one of the architecture. These are like mini projects. You can imagine them like a mini project. So I will teach the topics individually. First I will complete Terraform. Okay, first I will complete AWS. Then I will talk about Kubernetes. Then I will give you the task and you have to complete that. Okay, so that you will get some experience. The problem is individually everybody will learn the tools, but finally we have to integrate them. That is a solution what we have to create for the client. How will you create a solution for a client? By learning all the tools individually and trying to integrate them. So that is what I will be teaching as part of this particular what do you say scenarios. This is one scenario which I will give you as part of task. Second task, to implement this architecture. This is complete CI/CD. We will be using Jenkins here, Terraform here, SonarQube, AWS monitoring as well. Okay, a complete architecture. Okay, and then finally we will jump into the live project. So this is the live project architecture. You people may not understand right now, but don't bother about it. Okay, so this is the architecture which I'm going to show you how to deploy and how to implement it. Okay, this is a live project of what do you say, this particular K8s engineer application. I'll be showing you how to deploy it on AWS from scratch. I cannot disclose the code. Why? Because it is a confidential data. I cannot disclose the code. But once a code was given by the developer to me, how I can automate it and how I can run that application on the AWS platform. That I'm going to show you as part of this particular project, so that you'll get a live experience as well, as if you are working in a company under one particular project. Okay, that will fill your gap as well. If you have any gap in your career, you can add this one as if your project, so that you can explain them how you worked on this project, what is your role. Okay, and then resume preparation will be there, and I will provide you some interview tips as well, so that you can crack the interview. Okay, but remember, nowadays the interview pattern has been changed. They'll not ask you some theoretical questions, they'll ask you scenario based questions. If you are in this particular situation, what you will do? If you have these kind of errors, how will you fix it? How will you start your troubleshooting? These are called as scenario based questions. Okay, don't expect the questions like what is AWS, what is cloud computing, what is EC2. These are outdated questions. These are the questions which are asked 5 years ago. Okay, but nowadays they are asking you scenario based questions. If you are on that situation, let us say this is the error what you have, how will you fix it? Sometimes some people will, before calling for interview, they will send you some particular task in the email. So you have to complete that particular task with the tools what you learned. Okay, so to go there, first we need to concentrate more on the topics what I'm discussing, and you need to come up with the questions. So when you will come up with the questions, only when you practice. Okay, but don't postpone for weekend. I know you people, some people might be working in an organization, but to be frank, you will not work 8 hours, right? You will take a gap. Hardly speaking, you will work only for 3 hours or 4 hours. If it is a product based company or a normal DevOps engine, maybe you are working as administrator and all. Okay, only when you're working on service based company, you might be working on call center, then only you will not have any time. But if you are working on any other project, you will have time for sure. So don't give an excuse. Every day you have to practice. What are the topic I'm discussing, you have to replicate that, and you have to come up with the questions. Okay, whenever I give you the task, you have to complete it, and you have to come up with the questions. For everything what I'm teaching, I will give you the documentation in the form of PPT and in the form of GitHub document and the Word documents as well. So further, if you want to refer, you can see the PPT slides and the documents what I've shared. You guys have to concentrate on what I'm teaching. Later you can read the documentation and you can practice. Anyway, recording will be provided, or everyday recording will be done, and that recording will be given in the portal as an access. You can watch the recording and you can practice, and you can come up with the questions. You can ask, if you want to ask questions in the while you are practicing itself, we'll have a WhatsApp group, and you can shoot the questions in that particular WhatsApp group itself. Okay, so this is how we plan the course. Now if you have any questions further, you can ask me. So this is my email address. If you want to ask me any personal questions regarding career or technical, you can ping me in this particular email address. And that is my YouTube channel. If you want my way of teaching, how I will teach, can I join this course or not? If you have any doubts, okay, you can watch my YouTube channel videos, and you will get some clarity. The way I'm teaching, right? Are you able to understand or not? Because my way of teaching may not be understand by everyone, right? Okay, so try to listen to the topics for 4 to 5 days. Whenever the course starts, right? So try to listen to the topics for 4 to 5 days. See whether you are able to understand my topic, what I'm teaching, the way I'm teaching. Then only join the course. There is no hurry burry here. Listen to the topics. If you are able to understand, then only join the course. Further, if you want any clarity, watch this particular YouTube videos and come up with the questions as well. Yeah, that's all from my end. And if you have any questions, you can ask me now.
Sir Prasad here. Like, do you cover any by any chance like GitHub action set?
That's what I told, right? For NK as well. So GitHub Actions will be covered as part of project, the
Oh,
live project. Yeah.
okay, sir. Thank you.
So we will be talking about two CI/CD tools. One is Jenkins and one is GitHub Actions.
And sir, what about Ansible and Terraform?
As I told, right? I think you have seen the PPT slide. I hope you are seeing it. I'll show you. Just a second. I think hope you are able to see this. All the tools will be
Yes.
covered. What you are asking for. Ansible, Terraform, SonarQube, Jenkins, Prometheus, and Grafana. This will be covered. And Git as well. Obviously, even you are a manager or a team lead, you have to learn about Git for sure. Prasad, is it answered or any other questions? No? Okay. What about others?
Uh,
Ramesh,
do you
Bhushan.
have the course material for this?
Yeah. Course material is there. You can contact Visual Path. They will provide you the material as well, the PDF document. You can use it as a reference.
In terms of SecOps, what are things covered?
SecOps, as I told you, right? I'll be covering network security. Okay. And I'll be covering platform security and infrastructure level security. For infrastructure level security, I'll be using Terraform and SonarQube. Okay. For platform level security, I will be using Docker and Kubernetes with the tools Trivy, Kubebench, Kuberinter, and CIS, benchmark testing. These are the tools which I'm going to cover.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Fee and course timing, every day it will be 1 hour for 3 months, and except Saturdays and Sundays. If it is necessary, only I will take Saturday. If it is not necessary, I will not take Saturday. Okay. Fee structure, everything you can talk to the management. I'm not the right person to talk with. I can answer you only technical questions.
And what about OWASP?
We are not going to discuss that. No. With the topics what I displayed only, for me it will take 2.5 to 3 months. If I add more, right, it will be out of control. So that's the reason I'm not adding anything else apart from this. Any questions, please? No? Thank you all.
No,
As I told you, right?
but
So join
one
the course,
second.
listen to the topics for 3 to 4 days and come up with the questions, or listen to the topic first. Okay, no need to pay the fee in the first day itself. So try to look into my sessions and see whether you are comfortable or not. Then only go ahead. Okay. Yeah, Ishwar, you're asking something.
Yeah, after the end of this course, to what position we have to apply? We'll be ready
You
to
need to
apply.
apply for Cloud DevSecOps Engineer or AWS DevSecOps Engineer. That will be the role for you after completion of this course. What I displayed here. Hope you are able to see.
Yeah.
And further, if you want to watch my Udemy training programs on Docker and Kubernetes, these are the course topics: Master Docker and Kubernetes and Docker and Kubernetes for Beginners. In Udemy, my courses are available. TerraGrunt is also there, but you guys don't know what is TerraGrunt, because if you don't know what is Terraform, you'll not understand what is TerraGrunt. Okay, but if you want to learn about Docker and Kubernetes in depth, you can go for Master and Docker Kubernetes. If you want to learn only basics, then you can go for Docker and Kubernetes for Beginners. Thanks for everyone for joining the demo. And further, the sessions, when it will get started and all, Visual Part team will contact you and they will intimate you. Okay.
So when is the
Thank you.
first start date?
I don't know. Actually, we have not decided. Maybe within 1 week we'll start the session for sure.
Okay.
Not more
Let
than
me
that.
talk to them. Yeah.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, Prasad.
Yes, sir. What will be the timing, sir?
Timing, I think it will be from morning 7 to 8. But we will
Okay.
see, we need to get the feedback from everyone, right? So we will see what is the best suitable time for you. We'll take an average and then we'll take a decision. Okay. According to the
Okay.
slots available.
Okay.
Maximum it will be 7 to 8 morning. But not it is not a final decision. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone. Take care.